Tonight streaming on Twitch, doing some radical chess, some King's Gambit, some Carol Can. The back channels were really lighting up today with chat about my new project. If you watched the video from last night, or if you were here last night with us, you saw that we have a new device, and it's not working yet. We got to get that thing hooked up and going. But anyway, it's time to get the game started here. Let's go ahead and see what we can get here. Play a real human, right? How are we doing here? Looks good. Every once in a while I get broadcasting and I don't have a screen, or I don't have myself. Let's see if it comes on. Got a white screen right now. What's happening over here? Oh, there it appeared. Okay, it looks good. Okay, here we go. We got white, and it's going to be for some reason we have to start all over again. I think Lichess does it every once in a while. You get a white screen and the person disappears, and then you have to play black. Oh, well. Okay, well, that's an irregular opening. When they do that, they want to get that long diagonal over there, and we'll just kind of do the same thing. Now, I'm not going to prefer to do that. Kind of an interesting formation going here. I don't want to block off that long diagonal on my bishop. Prefer to bring that knight out like that. I think I'll just go for the other diagonal too. We'll have two long diagonals. Could be interesting. I guess I can just make that queen go away. I can still get a nice diagonal out of this though. I'm just going to castle because I don't know what's going to happen here. Would like to harass that bishop if I can. I think the best way I can do is harass him with this pawn. If he doesn't take that, I'll just move the pawn up again. Well, I don't like to trade off so early. I really think it's better not to just trade off when you get the chance. Usually, for some reason, it seems better. I've been planning to move that pawn up there anyway for a while, but to keep that knight back. So that was actually not a bad moment to do it. Now if I put my rook over here, I'm going to just get it traded off there. I think I got to develop my queen. My queen will help to protect this square here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It kind of closes down that bishop and kind of closes in this bishop too because it's behind this pawn. Now is that pawn going to keep coming? Could keep coming for all I care, I guess. I think it's a good time now to threaten that bishop. I think we take with this thing because otherwise I'll lose a pawn up there. This is a pretty good defender. We're not doing so great on time right now. We have to go a little bit faster. That bishop was not doing us very good, just hitting hard against that pawn chain right there. I just moved him out to get a little flustering back there, you might call it. We might actually be able to double up the rooks on this file. I don't know where else we're going to double them. Let's double them here. Figured he would do that, but that's okay. I'm just going to move him back there. Okay, we will come out and attack his knight. We're attacking the knight right there now. Pretty well with the queen. Oh, I can't move over there yet. Almost could, but not quite. How can I do this? I don't see any way, really. The only thing I can do is move this up and move that pawn up and then move that pawn up there. I want to double the rooks over there. And I see his queen coming down on this diagonal, but no big deal. Okay, I'm going to attack him. That thing will have to move out of there at some point. That's kind of cool. I think I maybe win something here because we're attacking his queen and attacking his bishop at exactly the same time. But he's attacking my queen. Okay, but I'll take him there. Why not? That'll keep the pressure on him. I have to move his queen there someplace. Moved it back there. This thing's going to be in danger if I don't watch out. Okay, now I can pin. I kind of see what he's going to do here. He can take this pawn and attack this bishop at the same time. But this knight at the same time. And he didn't do that. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to, well, now I don't have to get him out of the way. But that one is pinned on his queen. So he can't take that bishop. Now, is this queen going to do us any good over here? Or maybe I should bring her over to the other side. Can I bring her over to the other side? Not really. I'm going to go ahead and double up my rooks over here. I got them tripled up now on that back row. I need to get another attack. Oh, I could have done that right now. I didn't even see that. All I got to do is advance this pawn right here to win that knight. Well, he let me take him. So that was not bad. He's threatening here with stuff. I got 1 minute. I'm going to take him. That king doesn't look like he's in danger at all anywhere. That threatens his bishop. And we'll go ahead and if he moves that rook, he's going to be in trouble. We got to be careful here that we don't run out of time. Okay, I think the only thing I can do now, I can move this pawn down and get a queen. Gonna move there, threatening that rook over there. I'm threatening this rook. Well, not really. Interesting. If we it puts me in check now, he's going to have trouble with this pawn. He can win a piece, but he'll have a big problem with that pawn. He decided to go back in there. I'm going to bring this pawn down closer. And what are we going to do next? That pawn, that king should be safe over there. I only got 10 more seconds. He's going to try to check me in different ways. I just got to move this pawn down, or I'm going to run out of time. I don't see how he can check me. I wasted a second or so there. Three seconds. I'm going to move my queen into the corner. That's checkmate. 3 seconds to 13. That was quite invigorating. Kind of in time trouble there, but Black pulled it off right at the last moment. Let's take a look. Let's see how the analysis goes. See if any of that stuff I was saying was really valid or not. A lot of times I end up saying some stuff and it might not even all be true. It's usually pretty accurate though. That's why I always do these analysis afterwards. Well, that was a pretty good game for Black. You can see Black was actually ahead the whole time. Unless it was minusculely ahead there, I don't know, but we had a few little ups and downs there, a few problems. Looks like we had 1-1-1 over here or something like that, like one blunder. I guess maybe our blunder was there. Sometimes a blunder, you like miss an opportunity, and that's a blunder, even though you're not behind or anything. Okay, let's just go ahead and click it through and see how this one goes. This was another Carol can. It would have been, it's not a Carol can, it would have been, except he'd played a completely irregular opening, and so I'm going to click this so it'll show us always the next move. He's getting too a lot of question marks, but those are not too bad, especially in the beginning. You can see it's very even up to right there, that point. So let's take a look here, keep clicking through and see what happens. Interesting. They keep telling me to move this pawn up. I don't know why, but I guess if we should study that and try to figure out why. It would be interesting if we move that pawn up. So interesting. They keep telling us to move that up. Sometimes Lichess is just insisting you do something. You do it. Oh, do it. Move the pawn. And when you do it, you figure out, well, it raised your assessment up by like 1% of one pawn or something. And because it's not too intuitively obvious, it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes to do exactly what they keep telling you. Oh, I moved the bishop out there, and he can counteract me very easy there. In the next move, I actually figured to bring the the queen up there. That's what they were telling me to do, that move. I was going to double my rooks, and I should have come up here already. That, in fact, that would have been pretty disastrous. I think that would have been disastrous for him. His queen could have come up to this square, and that's about it. And then I would have gotten the bishop. I think that was where I kind of screwed up, right? Yeah. If I had, I'm going to just go back to that. Instead of doing that, if I had come here, they're saying his best move is to go back there. Like he just loses his queen. Apparently, I mean, he can bring his queen over here, but if he does, I win the bishop. That's 3 points. Yeah, I guess really cramp up his game really, really bad. They're saying that my position after that would be better than actually if he just, like when I move there, I didn't move that, right? When I move here, you would expect, well, move the queen out of the way. It's worth 9 points, and let me take this for 3. But no, they're saying the best thing is move this over here. I take the queen for 9. He comes down, takes that for 3. Huh. You see how these chess engines are? That's pretty interesting. Like he's going to take my rook, and they're saying, well, this I guess that's understandable. Here I just lose 2 points because 3, 2, and here I would lose a complete 3 points because he's going to be taken by the knight. So that was the major combination in that game, that I missed. I should have brought that bishop right there and really skewered the queen bad. Okay, and here, I'm kind of like doing the right things, except that pawn, they say, was not the best thing to do. Now, these two knights in this configuration, they protect each other. It's telling him he should take here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. If he takes here, I had to take here, and then he wins a pawn here, because you see how the rook would come onto, actually this knight would be over there with no protection, and this rook could take it. Anyway, he missed that. And we got into time trouble. And finally, I did take the queen. I don't know why he gave me that like that. I don't know if he had seen all that other stuff that was going to happen before and just got so excited about it all that he just decided to give up. And you remember I only had a couple of seconds to go here, and I didn't even see that. That's a nice move. I mean, the pawn is pinned. This pawn is pinned because of the rook against the king, so that was just a free rook. I wasn't even thinking about that. Because you'll remember I had like 10 seconds to play, and I was just I had a plan to move that pawn down as fast as possible. I kind of missed some of these other possibilities. And that's what did it for me. I was thinking bring him down here to the corner. It would have been hard for the king to escape. If he moves this pawn up to try to give himself an escape square, then I come down here and checkmate him with a rook. Well, not exactly. Then this rook comes down the block, but then I go into the corner. So I think in the last, it says, I'm going to checkmate in 8. But I would not have had time if he had played correctly. See, that's what he should have done right there. I only had a few seconds on the clock. If he had done that, I would have wasted a second. And then he just thinks, well, I'm just going to come out here and screw around. He could have won the game if he had gone into these dilatory strategies. That was an interesting game, very instructive. And we'll be right back. See you in just a few minutes.